Now, the biggest problem I have with Big Sean, especially for this album, is that one, he was given 10 tracks. And not only was he given 10 tracks, because usually when somebody has only 10 tracks, right, it means that they fit all of their best songs into 10 songs, right? And instead of people having, for example, like, I only bring up Jhené Aiko because she's the only one that I know about that came out with 22 songs, or like, or the Quality Control album that came out with 30 songs, right? When you have an album with 30 songs, it's less of a chance for all of the tracks to be amazing, right? But if you push it down to 10, you would assume that Big Sean took all of the maybe 20, 25 songs that he created with Metro and then handpicked the best 10. Well, that wasn't the case, because the 10 songs that he put out on this album were all trash. So what is he doing? That, and they're all Metro Boomin beats. So that's another big problem I have, is that how are you given Metro Boomin beats, which at the time are the best beats to get for any hip-hop album, and you're given all of that and you still fuck up? You know what I mean? Like,
you had one fucking job.
You had one job, okay? It was to take Metro's beats and then add something to it. Like how Travis does, like how Quavo does, like how Offset does. Even 21 Savage was able to do it. Even Young Thug and Future.
When I saw 21 Savage, like, really connect with Metro Boomin beats.
Yeah, right? Of course, right? Because Metro knows how to mold with his artists. He couldn't mold with Big Sean because Big Sean doesn't have... Big Sean isn't Big Sean. Big Sean is Drake, Kanye, Quavo, Young Thug, Sway Lee. He's everybody. He tries to be everybody with all the flows that he throws on in this album, right? So, but the only thing, the good thing I could say about Go Legend is energy given off by the beat. It's a great start for the album, but I do believe that Travis should have gotten a different hook, or at least he could have stuck with the Go Legend for like the beginning hook and then changed it up or something. Give me something different.
Because the energy, like, is wild when it first started off, and after a while it starts to die down because, it's just a repeat of what he's saying over and over and over again.
It's so repetitive.
You can't play that at a party. Like, you can't, because it's going to get boring.
Exactly. What's another song that you absolutely couldn't stand and didn't want to listen to, couldn't even get through?
In Tune.
Okay. Now...
I like the way it started off. Like the sample, like, because a lot of people sampled that song. Metro Boomin sampled it good. The way he brought that sample and like switched transition to the beat, that shit was hot and fire. And like his beginning, like verse in the beginning was fire. And after that, I just couldn't finish it.
That's another big thing about this album, is that normally when I write down my notes for an album, I write down my overall perspective. I write down, what I hear in each song. Metro Boomin did his thing. That's without question. I don't even have to bring up Metro Boomin. But this album is supposed to be centered around Big Sean and his lyrics, because Big Sean doesn't give you sing-songy, tracks. He doesn't sing a lot. For my notes, all I wrote was basically which songs I hated, why, and then just a list of just lyrics, all cringe-worthy lyrics that I found throughout this album. And I'm gonna go over a couple of them. I actually want to go through all of them. Okay, this is a new segment we're gonna call Trash Lyrics by Big Sean, okay?
Wow.
And
a whole segment.
It's a whole segment because I feel like I'm confident enough to know that in the future, when Big Sean comes out with another album, we're gonna get a whole new segment called Trash Lyrics by Big Sean Part 2. Okay, so, Paris, let's go through the first one. Ooh, this is a good one, okay? Now, this is from the song So Good, featuring Cash Doll. Okay, now, how do I feel about the song? It's a pretty bad song. Anything decent about the song that I could name would probably be Cash Doll's feature. That's about it. Because, Cash Doll comes out. I've never heard of Cash Doll before.
Who is Cash Doll?
She's a porn star?
No, she's not, but she sounded like it.
Yeah, she does sound like a porn star.
She was a stripper before, becoming a model, and later tried breaking into the rap industry. She dropped a debut single called Freestyle.
She's like a Cardi B.
Basically. She's basically like a Cardi B, but obviously Big Sean saw something in her, right? Because he was like, hey, why don't you hop on the best album I'm about to put up in all of 2017? Okay, it's called So Good. Okay, it has one of the best lines in the whole album, which is "Pussy so good I could never fuck you in the ass."
No.
Now, let's give that. You know, if I had the effects to give like round of applause, I would give a round of applause for every single lyric that I'm about to go through. You know what? This is a good way to say it. There's not one line that didn't make me laugh. That's a good way to think about it. What's another one that we have? Oh, this is a good one. It's I'm a magician. I belong inside Magic City.
What?
Now, for those of you that don't know, Magic City is a strip club. Now, I don't know what being a magician has to do with him being inside of a strip club, but hey, E for effort, right?
I think he's trying too hard. Just by looking at them, like, I just skimmed through them.
Here's two things I've gotten from listening to the album, specific in terms of his lyrics, is that one, he tries to use words that sound the same that have different meanings. You know, like a word like what's a good one that he has here?
Fuck the professor, I'm too professional.
So that's a good one. Okay, so you see how in professor and professional sound the same? He tends to do that a lot. So Pull Up and Wreck has one of the laziest lines. Oh, it has two lazy lines. So he's going for double or nothing here. He got, I don't drink tap water, but got tapped phones. Now, going back to the magician and the Magic City line, what does drinking tap water have to do with tapped phones? Here's another one. I got panoramic views while I'm panning out my life. On a scale of 1 to 10 pairs, what would you give those two lines?
Not even a 1.
Okay, I'll give it 10 for creativity, and I'll give it 10 for laziness. Okay.
What?
Because, you know, did I know that you could use panoramic and panning out my life in one sentence? No, I didn't think about that.
No, you can't.
But Big Sean did. This is off the song Savage Time. We got two really cringe lines. One being, so much love for me, I never get robbed in my life. Now, Paris, I have a good question for you. If Barack Obama, the former president, was walking in Newark, do you believe that he would get robbed, Paris?
Yeah, he probably wouldn't get robbed.
Yes.
Yes. Let me take that back, because...
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know about it either, because Barack gets a lot of love. I love Barack. Barack is like my father.
Especially in
Well, I hear about Migos.
If Quavo was walking in Compton by himself, do you think Quavo, you know, putting out Bad and Bougie, Get Right With Ya, Motorsport, Too Hottie, all those great features that Quavo has been putting out, do you think he's gonna get robbed?
shit.
Yes.
I'll rob that nigga.
I'll rob him. Personally, I'll rob him, okay? I don't know who Big Sean thinks he is. What I've seemed to find throughout this album is that Big Sean thinks he's the shit.
I think Big Sean think he Obama.
Hey Paris, have you seen that video? It was like some random video of Meek Mill doing the little flip on the trampoline. You know what I'm talking about?
At the 60s,
All right. Here's a good analogy, because this is literally the first thing I thought about when going through this album. Big Sean thinks that he's doing all these acrobatic flips, right, with his lyrics, but really he's doing that one lazy ass belly flop that Meek Mill did in that video.
Wow, that's crazy.
And that's all I could. That's like a great. That's the only metaphor or analogy that I could come up with.
Came through. Everybody else's albums this year have been going all out. This one going. Woo! Like
yeah. Paris, can you give me another line that we could go over?
Bars like that just make me mad. You ain't fly, you are ostrich.
Bars.
That actually made sense.
Come on, son.
It was weak, but it made sense.
It was
Like a fifth grader knows that, son. Come on.
What?
He said, "I'd be damned if I didn't 69. I can hit this shit until I'm 69."
That's stupid.
That's stupid.
In number twice. Oh, you want a medal? No, like it's
You want a cookie? Like, fuck out of here.
You know, maybe it's not Big Sean's fault. Maybe it's the people in the studio that are just like, you know, when he says stuff like, "You N-words never fly, you an
You're
ostrich."
supposed to tell him that his shit's bad.
Yeah, you gotta be like, "No, Sean, please throw that away. Start over."
Son, Bounce Back is on the charts, but none of his songs from this new album are.
Oh yeah, Bounce Back deserves to be on the charts.
That's crazy.
Bounce Back was tough.
Yeah, Bounce Back was tough. I agree. Give me an overall perspective of what you thought about the album.
It's probably gonna be the same as the Future and Young Thug's album.
Oh, it's gonna be a come and go.
It's beautiful. Like Metro Boomin, like he was supposed to, did his thing on this. Bars could have been better. You know, like you said, you mentioned it earlier. Like you got 10 songs and this is what you give us. No, like come on, man. You can do better than that. If I were to give it a rating out of 10, I would give it a 4 out of 10.
Oh, you're giving it a 4 out of 10? That's pretty generous. I would say
that is generous. I just noticed that. That's really generous to how much shit we were talking about this album.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Big Sean is the worst rapper out there. He's almost there. But what I am saying is that if you continuously give me half-assed lazy bars like these, where it doesn't even look like you're trying at this point, and it makes me mad because I do genuinely vouch for Big Sean. He did so great with Dark Sky Paradise. At least I thought he did. You know, the beats were good and he wasn't giving me a lot of cringe-worthy bars, but that was reasonable, that Dark Sky Paradise. But then he comes out with this, and you have Metro Boomin with you, and you just kind of fuck it all up. And it's basically those lackluster, half thought out hooks that don't really add any energy to the song. You could be mumbling. If it sounds good, it sounds good, man. And it's something, and it's gonna add replay value for me. But if you're gonna put out songs like, you know, Pull Up and Wreck, which has a terrible hook, where majority of the hooks that he put out on this album are either repetitive or they're just bad. Like Pull Up and Wreck, constantly saying pull up and wreck, pull up and wreck, pull up and wreck. I got some east side, do your thing. Got some west side. That's boring. Or, you know, something like In Tune, where he's like, I'm in tune, I'm in tune, I'm in tune, I'm in tune, I'm in tune. Big Sean just needs to come out and put something good, man. Because the last decent, like, if I had to say I had a favorite project by Big Sean, it's the Detroit mixtape. The Detroit mixtape was probably his best project out. He's not an albums guy, he's more of a singles guy, but it's sadly enough, he hasn't even come out with a good single for this album. Usually I would expect him to come out with a bounce back type of track, and then the rest of the album be trash, but you know, he didn't even give me that. No. So I mean,
stop.
Either I'm getting bored of going through these boring lines, or maybe the people that are listening are getting bored of going through these boring lines. But
it's difference, like when we sit here and just in our alone time just spit Lil Wayne's best bars, people get so hyped because they're so tough.
He had
they're
bar.
Creative, yeah, but at the same time, you think about it and you think you understand it, and it has a whole other meaning about it that you did not know. And you're like, oh shit, this nigga's a genius.
Yo, this nigga Lil Wayne.
Go ahead.
On Codeine Dreamin', he was like, my Milky Way got pregnant. She said it's for Yoo-Hoo. I was like, yo.
Okay, so
there was no way you just said that shit.
Look,
but that was low-key hotter than anything I've heard from Big Sean.
Oh yeah, of course. No, by a long shot. No, by a long shot. What about if I dress casual, then no, I'm not a casualty? What does him having to dress casual have to do with him being dead? It doesn't make any sense.
It makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't make sense. I pulled up like a whole site with Lil Wayne's best lyrics. He said, obviously everybody knows real G's move in silence like lasagna. That's a great line. Okay.
I never got that when I was younger until I got older, and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
He said, kill you and your dog, then go put on a shirt that say PETA for life.
PETA for life. Yo, that's like, how many entendres is that, nigga?
How many entendres?
That's like 4.
He said that's 4 entendres.
No funny shit. You and your dog, that's you and your bro, you and your actual dog. Then PETA for life, that's like the slogan, and PETA is for life.
Damn.
Oh shit! You know, like when, and you know what's crazy? Lil Wayne, since the Carter 3 has been, or maybe even Dedication 3, has been putting out nothing but metaphors. Nothing. When he said, I don't play golf, this is off the Tyler album. He said, because Tyler's part of his record thing, golf.
Right.
He said, I don't play golf, but got a driver and a caddy. That's a good line.
Oh shit.
He's like, I don't play golf, but I got a driver and a caddy.
Yeah.
Like, that's hot. Cadillac, caddy, like.
That's hot.
Big Sean, where's your head at? Okay? You're not doing well with this album. It's not good. I'm sorry.
You're doing bad.
You're doing bad. You need to go back into the studio and you need to start asking every single person in that studio, including Metro Boomin. Even if Metro is a producer, ask Metro. Maybe he has some clever lines in his head, okay? Because Metro, if you're a good producer, you have a good ear for music. Maybe Metro Boomin knows some good lines. Ask Metro Boomin. Ask your mom. Your mom might know some good lines. Okay? Ask your dad, bro. I heard you're really close with your dad. Ask him for some good lines. Be like, yo, yay, I'm putting out another song called Pull Up and Wreck. Can I please get a good line that I need to put on this album?
Can I get a good line?
Can I get a good line, okay?
Wow.
Ask Lil Wayne, bro. Go ask friends. Ask friends and families. Go door to door business, okay?
No friends or family.
Knock on the door. Hi, my name is Big Sean. I'm actually putting out an album in about 3 years. But just to be safe, I was wondering if you guys had any noteworthy lines that I should put on this album. No? Okay. Move on to the next house. If I had to give a rating out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 3. Mainly because I like the features, and there were approximately 3 features on this album that were memorable. Cash Doll, Young Thug, and maybe Sway Lee. If I had to give songs that I really, really enjoyed, it would be Who's Stopping Me, mainly because of the Narcos beat. It would also be Even the Odds for Young Thug's feature, and maybe In Tune for the first 3 lines or 3 bars after the hook. Every hook on this album was bad. Paris, would you like to add anything?
Nah, you went in. You covered everything.
How about V12, I Got a Need for Speed?
I don't know what to say to that.
Okay, well, I just wanted to let you know. Oh, and I'm gonna end it on a good note because, Big Sean dropped one of the firest flame emoji lines on So Good. He was obviously talking to Janae. He said, I'm gonna ask you, is this pussy mine? If you say no, bitch, you lying. Alright? I'm gonna end it on that, okay? And I wanna add some effects. Some good round of applause effects. Alright? Now, that's basically all I have to say about this Big Sean album. But if there's an album out there that you guys want us to review, please let me know. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. And hopefully I don't have to review an album as bad as this. Alright, thanks for listening. This is No Comment Podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube now. We're going YouTube. Okay, you can write in the comment section what you want me to review next. And also tell me what you think about this Big Sean album. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know what your favorite songs were or what your least favorite songs were. And then let me know if you agreed with our opinions or not. Oh, and I'm going to leave it on a... Oh, I want to leave it on a good... I want to leave it on the best line ever. Oh. Pussy's so good, I never fuck you in the ass. I'm gonna leave it on that. Peace out.